I hate that I love this gun so much. Let me explain. I remember the very first time I saw this thing. It was at SHOT Show a few years ago, and I kind of just looked at it. I really wanted it, but I kind of chalked it up to be a more pricey, slicked up, flashy version of a Staccato XC. So I didn't really pay much attention to it. Just because I am a giant fan of the Staccato XC, I think other than slicking it up and a dope paint job, there's not a lot of things that you can add to that gun to make it better. That was until the movie John Wick came out. He was using a Pit Viper in that.
9mm Pit Viper. How'd you get this?
Which is essentially just a Sand Viper, but blacked out with iron sights only. So then I was able to get my hands on a Pit Viper, and I absolutely fell in love with that thing. It left a little bit to be desired though, it being iron sights only and just a plain Jane black pistol. It left a gap there, a little void, because I love SROs on my 2011. So even though that almost scratched that itch, I still wanted to try the Sand Viper because it was essentially the same thing, just a cooler looking paint job, and it gave me that SRO option. So shooting that Pit Viper, I kind of came to the conclusion that it was essentially an XC that was missing an SRO. It was almost the same thing in my mind with a better trigger pull. And it was a little bit more slicked up, but it's a 2011 after all. How slicked up do you need them to be? So after getting that Pit Viper on the channel, I kind of decided that I didn't need to buy one for myself. I thought it was too expensive for the amount of gun you got. When you can spend an extra $5,000 to $1,000 and get an Infinity, and that gap is massive, honestly. Infinities are crazy. So then the Sand Viper and the Pit Viper just kind of slipped my mind for a couple years. I didn't really pay no attention to it until I started to see that it was winning world championships. Now, whether that's the gunner or the shooter is kind of up to you guys to decide. But then my buddy, Honest Outlaw, got this thing right here, and he invited me out to the range. I went out there and we ran about 1,000 rounds through that thing. That really does not suck. Which was absolutely insane. And then I fell in love with this gun. There's just subtle differences between this gun and a regular 2011 that I just immediately noticed, and it made a giant difference in my ability to shoot. Not only my ability to shoot faster, but my transitions and my ability to get the red dot on target quicker immediately improved. Now that brings me to the title of this video, I Hate That I Love This Thing. And I hate that I love this thing because I convinced myself that I wasn't gonna spend $8,000 on a 2011 that I didn't necessarily need because we got Staccato XCs, the Apaches, the Nighthawks, stuff that's less expensive for almost the same gun. So I thought. But now after running about 1,000 rounds through this thing, I feel completely different, and now I think I'm gonna end up buying one. Anyways, back to my rant. The last video I did with this thing, which was a full review and an actual breakdown, if you guys wanna see that, go ahead and watch that video somewhere over in this corner. But if you've already seen that, and you were one of the many that left a comment about the controversy that goes with this pistol right here, and the price point of this pistol, that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. To address that, because I agree with the majority of the people commenting that. I think $8,000 is crazy, but I don't not think it's worth it. I didn't until I shot it as much as I did. Now I kind of see why it could possibly cost $8,000. Damn. Before I shot this, looking at it from a distance or just in passing, putting it in your hands, you chalk it up to be an XC that looks a little bit cooler. And you can't justify that extra $4,000. But again, luckily you guys don't have to. Some of my experiences with shooting this thing, I found out that the trigger is better than the XC. The SRO sits a little bit lower into your hand, so it feels more natural when you're pointing this thing. It's a sleeker look, it's a direct mount. You don't gotta worry about your plate system messing up and losing zero. This slide is just absolutely buttery smooth. That giant compensator on here just kind of makes recoil more of a suggestion than anything. It's got the nice flared mag well. This thing is incredibly aggressive, but not like Nighthawk aggressive. It doesn't hurt your hand by any means, and I wouldn't pass up carrying this thing. As you guys could see in the video, I was concealed carrying this thing, and honestly, I kind of loved it. Now, would I actually want to carry this EDC every single day? Abso-fucking-lutely not. It's a very expensive gun, and I don't really want it sitting in an evidence locker. The magazine release is extremely nice. It's checkered, it's not oversized, but it's a little bit bigger than usual.
That's what she said.
It's got ambi safeties. The paddles aren't overly big. They're easy to hit. They're nice and clicky, so That's cool.
I think the word's tactile, not slicky, Nick.
Listen, I know the word is tactile, but I feel like that's overused in the gun community. We gotta tism it up a little bit and use terms like clicky. That's nice and clicky. Awesome trigger pull. Even better reset. Super easy to shoot fast with this thing. It's easy to track. We were shooting like 350 yards with this thing, which is fucking mind-blowing. Typically, I like to run the flat face triggers just because I feel like it can make me a little bit quicker. I know that's completely in my mind. It doesn't make any fucking sense because the XC's got a curved trigger and that matches my best split times 10 out of 10 times. But it makes me feel like I'm gonna go faster and that's all that matters. So this slight little curvature in there, I didn't notice that it wasn't flat and I didn't notice that it was curved. It just kind of feels natural. Anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting now. I just kind of wanted to pop on here and kind of address the price situation and kind of agree to disagree with you guys. I don't like that it's $8,000. I understand why it is, but put yourself in Terrence's shoes. If you made this a $3,000 gun,
That'd be dope.
that'd be fucking dope.
That's the problem here.
See you next time. No, but really, then he gets supply and demand. He's not pumping very many of these things out, and the ones that he is are completely spoken for instantly. So why would you change the price if they're already selling? He could have made these things $10,000 and you guys would have bought them anyways. I say you guys like I wouldn't be fucking one of them dumb shits that bought this gun for 10 grand. To be fair, it's an awesome gun. And again, going through those comments, I was kind of looking for flaws in this thing as I was shooting it. I wanted something to be wrong so I can hop on here and kind of agree with you guys because again, the controversy, the price point, there's so many other options out there, but I cannot find a thing wrong with this. The thing wrong with it is that it's too fucking good. And it pisses me off that it's $8,000. I want a gun this good and this flashy to be about $350.
I need about $350.
Can we get one for $350? All right, I'm gonna shut up now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.